Part 3, creating your digital product with AI in under a day. This is where our homie Paul comes in. Let's dig into Paul. Let's talk about what Paul is good at and what he's not good at. Can everybody see Paul on your screen? Give me a yes if you can see Paul on your screen, just so I know that we've got each other here together and we're good. Okay, so Paul is where you're really going to start understanding who built these 4 AI assistants, okay, which is Ben Atkins and his team. Because Paul builds digital products very much like Ben Atkins builds digital products. And some of you may not know this. But when I build a digital product, I always create the order page first. Give me a yes if this makes sense. Give me a yes if this makes sense to you. I'm not starting with the PowerPoint. I'm not starting with a Word document most of the times. If I do, I'm basically creating an order page anyway. I literally create an order page. So for years, I am focused on, before I create this product, before I do any sales copy, before I build a webinar, before I do any of these other things, I want to see what the customer will see right before they buy. I want to see what they will read right before they hit the buy button. So when you see the way that Paul works initially, you're going to understand that he works very much in the vein of how I work. And that may not be for everybody, but I think if you don't work that way, you may fall in love with it after you sort of see how this comes together. Okay, so I'm going to show you some tricks. Now, I will say this. I'll get to it when I get to it. We'll talk about it. Does everybody see Paul? And it says, let's create a structured digital product in order form. Okay. So here's what Paul asks you. What should the product be about? And who is the target audience? Okay. Now, where did we just get this information? We got it from Val. Right. All right. I want to create a product that shows dentists how to rank their websites on Google so that they can attract more patients each month. And just a standard, if I had just done research in Val that was very dental oriented because dentists were my clients, this would be what I put in there. Does everybody see that? I just super simple prompt. There's not a lot to this, but that's the idea. Now, where Valerie gets into very interesting stuff is what I'm about to show you. Valerie showed me something in my research on this, and I didn't do this search for you guys, but I want to show you. Valerie showed me in my research that instead of just focusing on dentist, I should focus on cosmetic dentist. Do you think that there's more money to be made if I'm targeting cosmetic dentist for all of my things? Possibly, because I niche down a little bit and it's more of a specialty. So does everybody understand? I want you to understand that how my prompts usually change and my answers to what I'm giving Paul here. It's usually because of some little thing that Valerie told me that said, okay, maybe niche a little further down. Maybe go this direction instead of being this generic. Here's something you need to know because this is a pocket that's important. So what you learn from Val, you bring over to Paul. Okay, so we go in and we jump in and we do this. Now remember, if you have a niche, Val's going to usually ask you, hey, that sounds good. Do you want me to break it down further into sub niches? That's where I got the cosmetic thing. Does that make sense? Give me a yes. I don't want to go back to Val, but I do want to mention, somebody's like, well, how'd you get there? Well, Val is going to dig at you. Do you want to go a little further with this? Or like Val's very good at being like, give me more. Okay. So that's how I got to this. Okay. So we put this in and here's what we got. Okay. So Paul says, great. You're creating a product that teaches cosmetic dentists how to rank their websites in Google to attract more patients each month. Now let's refine the details. Okay. End goal. So number one, what's your end goal? Do you want to focus solely on SEO or should we include other strategies? Just SEO. Everybody understand, I never said SEO up here. Paul just understands because he's educated on this stuff that's SEO, right? Just SEO. Okay. Two, experience level. Are they starting from scratch? Starting from scratch with SEO. 3, and I'm not doing all these right the same way, so it's going to drive somebody crazy, so I'll do my best. All right, so 3, monetization. Will this be a done-for-you system, or should we include options where they can outsource it? Let's start with do it yourself. Everybody understand that I'm just answering questions that Paul asked me. Okay, good. So here we go. We load Paul up with that information. We answer those questions, and Paul's going to start putting together things. Now, Paul's going to say, hey, here's some name ideas. And I like this because sometimes the naming of stuff can be hard, okay? Sometimes it can be hard, all right? Now, let's get into this. Let's get into Google ranking secrets for cosmetic dentist. Yes, why not? That's good. So number 6, I'm just going to say, hey, I want number 6. I'm not writing it out. So here we go. Great choice. Now we're going to outline the product. Okay. Does this look good? He's basically saying, look at this. Does it look good? Looks good. And he's going to start putting this together. Anybody look at that part 1 and understand that Atkins absolutely built Paul? Look at that part 1. I want you guys to look at part 1. Does that not just reek of Ben Atkins and the way that he does products? We always start part 1 with from 10,000 feet. I think that this is an important part, you guys, for anybody that's doing digital courses. When people don't start off that way, it drives me crazy. But there we go. So part 1 is 10,000 feet. Part 2, keyword research. Part 3. Oh, hang on. There we go. Part 3, on-page technical stuff. Part 4, local SEO domination. Part 5, link building and content strategies. Part 6, the 90-day SEO action plan for ranking on Google. Oh, here's some bonuses. By the way, if you don't want to do it to be a part, like one of these bonuses or something to be a part of this, you can take them out. That's okay. But does everybody understand? Here's your order page. Done. Now, some of you may be sitting there thinking, Ben, isn't this more of a Sally, the copywriter thing? No, not for me. Not for me. Before it goes to copywriting, I have to know what the product is, which means I have to know what the order page is. Give me a big lucky number 7 if you understand that this is not, most people would think of this part as copywriting. It's not to me. This is product creation to me, and that's why it works this way. Okay. So what I want you guys to understand is what I'm going to do now, and this is where I will say this. For those of you that have a free ChatGPT account, you're going to need to upgrade your ChatGPT account for the next piece to do it right. Now, you can use the $20 a month option. You don't have to jump up to the $200 a month option. You can absolutely use the $20 a month. But you're going to need the feature, which is deep research. Does everybody see my ChatGPT window? We're not in Paul anymore. We're just in a regular ChatGPT 4.0, and we have, if you've got the $20 a month, you've got the deep researched. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is this. I need to create an in-depth ebook that is based on my order page copy. We hit deep research. And then what I'm going to do below this is I'm going to paste in my order page copy that Paul just created. By the way, how do you go from one assistant to another? Christine, that's a great question. I just opened up a new chat. So I've just got a different tab with just regular ChatGPT open in it with none of my assistants, just ChatGPT. And I've just got different tabs open. So all you're going to do is new tab, make sure you've got the 4.0 model, and make sure you click deep research. You're going to write, I need to create an in-depth ebook that is based on my order page copy. You paste your order page copy and give me number 7, you guys, if you understand what we're doing here. This is still ChatGPT, by the way. Just ChatGPT, just a different window. And I'm just using the 4.0 model. And I'm just saying, hey, I need to create an in-depth ebook. Now, I'm not going to do this in front of you because this typically takes us about 7 or 8 minutes up to 20 minutes. Does this make sense? Yeah, don't use one of the AI assistants on this. Use this. Now, Yes, there's a trick to it. Use deep research. Use what I just gave you, which is the order page copy from Paul. Use 4.0, use deep research, and then we're going to do this. Now, I'm not going to make you watch this, but I want to show you what this usually spits out. Does everybody see that this is a very similar prompt as to what I need to rewrite this ebook to be more in depth. Okay, so we've got our ebook. We got that. That's basically our prompt. It's going to ask you questions. Now, I need everybody to understand. How does it understand what Paul gave us? Okay, watch. Okay, does everybody see this? Let me go back to Paul. Everybody take a breath. I went back to Paul. Does everybody understand that this is the product page, the order page that Paul built for me? Give me a number 1 in the box. Give me a number 1 in the box. Somebody says, what about using another deep research like Perplexity? I have no idea. I'm showing you what I do every day. I'm not giving you theory. Is everybody cool with me not giving you theory? Or maybe it works. I don't know. I'm showing you what I actually do because that's the only platform that I can speak on. Great question, though. Great question. So this is Paul. This is the order page Paul created for me. I click into this. I copy this. I'm going to open up a new ChatGPT window. I got it open in a new tab. We're going to be with the 4.0 model. And I'm going to make sure that I click that deep research button. You'll only see that button if you have a $20 a month account plus. Okay. And I'm just going to say I need to create an in-depth book based on my order copy. And then I paste exactly what was in this window below. So this is just the pasted version of this. Great question, by the way. I hope nobody thinks that I was annoyed with that question. If you are asking it, more people were thinking it. Great question. So give me a number 1 if everybody understands how I got from Paul to just this deep research basic ChatGPT window. Okay. So when I click that, here's what's going to happen. This is me popping that in. It's going to say, how in depth should the new version be? Are you looking for a comprehensive guide with case studies? And I say, yes, I want a comprehensive guide with case studies. I would love to include any industry reports because it asked me, what would you like to include? I want industry reports that are relevant. Do you want step-by-step? I want step-by-step instructions. I'm just answering the questions. Should the format remain the same or do you want a different structure? Format is good. Screenshots and diagrams would be great if doable because it's asking me, do you want screenshots and diagrams? Give me a yes if you understand. All I'm doing after I click the button, after I pop that in, is answering its questions. From there, it goes to work. Everybody see this? Give me a yes if you see. This took about 10 to 20 minutes. I walked away and let it work. I'm not going to make you go through that. I'm going to show you where we get to with that. When we're done, this is where we get to. Everybody see this? Give me a yes if you see what we're doing here. This is a 41-page guide that is step-by-step of how to rank. Now, something I want you to look at. Everybody understand that the first line of this, I want to point this out. Let me get to the top. Everybody see that it says in today's digital age, search engines are the new gateway. And on mine, it doesn't say in today's digital age. It just says search engines are the gateway. It's because I went in and did some editing. I did some editing myself on this, but my editing took minutes. Everybody understand? Okay. So the idea here is let me ask you a question. I need you to go through your own guides. I need you to read. I need you to click the links. I need you to put your stamp of approval on this. But does everybody understand how much time was just saved with what we built? I want to tell you guys, to do everything that I would need to do here would take me days and weeks just for this part of the process. Okay? Editing this took me under a day. Editing this and making sure I wanted to put my stamp of approval on it, easy peasy. Okay? The links were already created. when you do deep research, Dave, and this is why I go from Paul to deep research, is because deep research will cite its work. Does that make sense, buddy? Deep research will cite its work. So not only do we have this, but there you go. Now, do you think that, and here's Atkins preference stuff that I want to like lock in. Do you think that AI did this, where it did the page gap here? Or do you think that's an Atkinsism or Atkins's team? Like I went to edit this document and I said, you know what? The text is right here. I'm going to move it to the next page for readability. Every time a chapter is over, I'm going to move it to the next page for readability. I did some editing here, but that took no time versus what we've got. So I want to show you what we did here, if that's cool. Number one, I'm going to give you guys some covers. These are Canva covers that I like, that I've edited. Nothing fancy, you guys. But there we go. Like this is just me moving in elements. You guys get the idea. Like nothing fancy there. When you're done with this, I want you to watch this because I'm going to show you some quick stuff here real quick. When you're done with this, you click save, you click download. We're going to do a PNG, but I'm going to take it up to 2 times its normal size. Give me a 2 in the box if you heard me say we take it up to 2 times its normal size. I'm going to go to just the current page and I'm going to download this page. Okay? So far, so good. Cool. In Google Docs, where we pasted all of this text, this is just a Google Doc where I pasted all of this text so that I could manage it. Here's what I want you to do. Okay? I want you to click on the first page. You're going to have to pay attention to this. You click on the first page. You go to Insert. Let me actually just do this. Hang on. I'm going to do this for you guys so you can see what I'm doing here, okay? Let's save this. So that's going to save to my desktop. And what you're going to do is there's going to be, this text is going to be your first page. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to our first page, whatever it is. We're going to go to Insert. Everybody see that? We're going to go to Break, and we're going to do Page Break. Give me a yes if you understand that, at least from a 10,000 foot view. Just what we're telling it is, hey, everything that's on the first page, send to the second page. Okay? From there, while I'm on this first page, I'm going to go Insert, Header and Footer, Header. Does everybody see this checkbox right here? This is incredibly important. Everybody see this checkbox right here? This means that the header on your first page is different than the header on any other page. So if you put a header here, it puts the header on the rest of the document. But if you put a header here on the first page, it's different. Now, the reason that's important is we're going to click Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. Everybody see that? Give me a yes if you see that so far. So far, so good? Now, you're going to have to move your stuff over up here so that it fits, but that's the idea. I want you to click into this, and go to Image Options. Okay? I want you to put in front of text so that it's in front. In front of text. Position 0, 0. We're going to drag there. We're going to drag here. So that it fills it up. So far, so good. Give me a yes. So far, so good. And once you get it big enough, just go back here, 0, 0. And we'll get there. If you have any trouble, don't worry. You could always use your mouse cursor to take it up a notch. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Got it? Then we got our book. From here, you guys, once you've like edited the rest of this thing, you go into File, Download, PDF document. Everybody got me? You'll have to do that a couple times to get a sense of it, but does that make sense? That's how we created our guide and made it ready for download. Okay? So far, so good? Now, I want to give you one more little prompt that is important. Remember this. This is our deep research report, right? This is our deep research report, right? Cool. Somebody says, hey, well, Atkins, what if I don't want a 41-page report? Go back to your deep research that's doing this and say, can you, and I'm going to go down to the bottom of this so you guys can see it. Just say, can you shorten this guide to about 25 pages? Does everybody understand that if something's too long, you can go back to the AI and tell it, hey, fix it to this? Make sense? So far, so good? Here's the thing. Some people are like, is 40 pages too much? Is 40 pages enough? That's the question I'm getting. Here's the thing. I need you all to do something for me. Read through your report, and if it gets the job done, it's exactly as long as it should be. If you start reading it and you feel like, oh man, this is a slog to get through it, shorten it. If you start reading through it and you're like, I feel like I'm missing some stuff, go back to the AI and tell them to lengthen it. Everybody good with that? Remember, the AI works for you. You can get whatever you want. You just have to tell it what you want. So we go in, we download this. Now, one more thing I want to show you guys. Everybody, we're back here to our deep research before we hit the button. Does everybody understand? All I have to do here is this. I need an in-depth 5-part workshop based on my order page. Can you help me research that and create the slides for my presentation? Everybody understand? This is how we get this. I need a in-depth 5-part workshop to be held over 4 weeks. And now it will work on that for you. But we do that in the deep research part. It's still all based on Paul's initial order page. So far, so good. Give me a yes if this makes sense to you. Give me a yes if this makes sense to you. Okay? So I want to go back to Paul here real quick because I want to show you one more thing. I want to show you one more thing. Okay, let's go back to Paul. Let's go back to Paul. Let's go new chat. Everybody see Paul one more time? Give me a yes if you see Paul here one more time. Watch what I'm doing. Watch what I'm doing. Let's create a structured digital product in order page. Okay? I want to create a weekly email newsletter that focuses on delivering the top news to dentists who are trying to grow their business faster using the internet. Okay? So far, so good. Hang on to that. So we're going to pop this in. going to ask me, hey, what do you want here? I'm just going to go with number 1, which is the Digital Dental Edge. And then he's going to get to work on order page. See what he's building? Still has that 10,000 feet, which is the overview of what this whole thing will be, but there you go. So that's an idea, just to get you started on how you might sell your newsletter. I didn't tell you this, but there's a different side of Paul that I'm going to give you guys access to. And Paul is also highly trained on creating newsletters. So I didn't tell you guys were getting this side of Paul, but I think it's important you get this side of Paul. So here's Paul part 2. Let me ask you a question. How many of you feel like you're in the right place? How many of you feel good about the investment that you've made in yourself to be here today? I hope so. I hope so. We're not even halfway through, but it goes faster after this, I promise. So help me create a weekly newsletter. Okay, what's this going to be about? Okay, what niche are you serving? Dentist? Do you have any existing research or insights into this niche? Ah! What do you think we paste in for number 2? What do you think we paste in for number 2? Anything Val does, paste it in here. Okay, just literally number 2, and then paste Val's stuff in here. Okay, so you can paste that in. I'm going to skip this right now and just say not yet. But that's where you would paste that stuff. Then we go on to number 3, author, Ben Atkins. Do you have a website or brand? What were we going to call this? What did other Paul tell us? Digital Dental Edge. Digital Dental Edge newsletter. What day of the week will you publish this newsletter? Mondays. So far, so good? What Paul is going to do next is suggest a format. Okay? Now, if you don't like something about the format here, you tell Paul, change in accessory sections, take out recommended reads. Does this make sense? You tell it exactly what you want. I'm just going to say this works great. Let's do the first edition. Okay, so we've got something to start. I want you guys to get into this. Okay? Can create easier to copy and paste edition in its own window, and make sure to cite any links with their sources. Getting the idea of what we're doing here. Everybody getting the idea of what we're doing here. Give me a yes if this makes sense. Okay. Now, I want to give you guys one of the things that we deal with anytime we're working with AI that does stuff like this. And this is it. Sometimes it's going to do this where the links are not clickable. Just go in and say, can you make sure that each link is clickable and leads to the exact source material? Sometimes you got to give it a kick in the pants. Tim says, dear colleagues, that reeks AI. Tim, what do you do, buddy? What do you do? Holy shit. I mean, you know where I'm going, buddy. Like, you know where I'm going with this. Tim, what did I say at the beginning of this call? What did I say at the beginning of this call? If you don't like something, change it. I like colleague. I like dear doctor. I like those kinds of things. But like, here's what I want you to make sure that you guys do. And everybody listen to Tim's question, because Tim's question is so good. Tim's question is so good. Tim, what's going to happen to this system the more you use it and the more you input things into it? It learns. And so I love Tim's question because it says something important about where we're going. I want you guys to understand, I'm giving you a base model, but you all have to train it on your end to work with you based on your niche. Okay? Now, from here, you guys, like if you get to a place where you're like, it's still not doing what I want it to do. Sometimes it's going to do that depending on what's going on at OpenAI at the time. Sometimes it's going to do that. So what I say is, can you list the full link to the article next to the link so that I have it actually written out? You got to like massage it sometimes so that it does what you want it to do. Does this make sense? Also, one of the things that you all are responsible for, and I'm going to tell you this because you get great results with this, but if your AI starts giving you fake links, you got to call it out. Okay? And some of you, I don't have a lot of that, but some of you have to say is, you have to go in and say this. And I build these things into the prompts, just so you know, but I want you all to be prepared if something goes wrong. Okay? Just say, are all of the links active and current? These are little tricks that we build in anytime the AI goes nuts. I have all this programmed into our master prompt, but I want you to understand what to ask it if you run into trouble. See how I can go to that link and it lets me click to it? I want you guys to understand how to massage it when this goes. Does this make sense? Does everybody, how many of you are pretty happy with what we just put together here in just a minute? Yep. I want you guys to understand, when I'm giving you a GPT to use, you're using it, but it's going to stick the things that you're putting into its memory. Also, I want you guys to understand, once you start getting a sense of this, you can build your own prompts and things that you can use over and over again too. Does everybody understand? When this is done, like, watch this, Paul, or sorry, with what Paul's doing here, Tim, watch this, because this is important. Tim, I want you to see how I'm like renaming this one. So Digital Dental Edge Edition 1. Tim, you got this? So see Digital Dental, like I renamed it up here. Everybody see this? Because this is Tim's question, but Tim's got a great question. If this is the prompt, if this is the GPT, how do I get it to remember? If you were to go back and do like a new chat with this, it would start you from scratch. But I want you to watch this. Let's refresh. And I want to make sure we've got this. I'm going to call this here. This is Dental Newsletter Creator. Do you see that, Tim? Do you see that I built, like, even though it's a GPT that I'm giving you, it still saves in your history here, right? So, Tim, instead of going back to the original Paul newsletter writer GPT, do this. That's great. Can we go ahead and write edition 2? It's going to ask me if I want to focus on anything. I'm just going to say surprise me. And then it's going to get to work on edition 2. But I want you all to understand the important part of this is that it learned. Tim, do you see how it learned what I wanted from the time before? And now it's popping in this chat. It's popping in the full links. It's popping in all this stuff. Does everybody see that? Tim had such a good question. If you go back to just the Paul newsletter creator and you go from scratch, you got to go from scratch. But if you just keep using this one, it's going to know what you're wanting to do because it's learned. Okay, everybody follow that. Give me a yes if you follow that and you're good to go. And Paul makes sense to you guys as to how to use him to build the things that you want to build. There's 2 parts to Paul. I'll make sure you have both access to both parts. Does everybody understand how we're using Paul and deep research to create our $19.95 product, our $1,000 product, which is the base slides for one of those things, but also our newsletter? Give me a yes if you understand that. Now, if you create the base slides, I want you all to understand something. I just deleted a question that I wanted, and I'm sorry I deleted it, so I'm not sure whose that was, but you had just posted it, so please type that again for me. I'm so sorry. I want you guys to understand, if I go in and I say I need a 5-part workshop, then you guys, I'm not building an ebook. I'm building slides. I'm going to give you guys basically my slide format that I build slides from. You have to take the copy that it tells you on the slides, go in and build your slides. But does everybody understand from a 10,000 foot view what we're doing? Give me a yes if so. Tell you what, while we're doing this, I'm going to have it just build out some stuff using deep research. Okay. Just so I can kind of show you this a little bit later. I'm going to, instead of doing the ebook, I said slides, build our workshop for us. So I'm going to tell it what it needs. Let's do lecture. Case studies. Tool walkthroughs. Visually rich prompting text. And what I'm just telling it is this is the style of what I want to do. So right now, what deep research is going to do is it's taking that same dental ebook that we were doing for cosmetic dentists, focusing on SEO, and it's building out a slide presentation format for it. It's going to take it a while to do that, but we're going to let it run in the background while we're doing some other things. Give me a yes if this makes sense and you understand where we're going with this. Okay. Dave, do you just keep using the same thread or chat for every newsletter? Yeah. If you've picked a newsletter name and topic and you've got it doing what you want it to do, stay in that thread. It'll just keep doing the work it needs to do. Okay. Okay.